everyone, this is Ann at the Caillou Shop with your Wednesday tips and tricks video, and we are going to talk about blankets and blanketing. So this is Marvin. He's going to be our model for the day. Tip number one, good idea to make sure your horse is secured before you put a blanket on so that they don't run away. Have them at least have a handler or somebody in front of you if you're out in the open, to make sure that your horse doesn't run off with a blanket halfway on them and then get tripped up and ruin your blanket or get hurt. So we've got the treats here securing Marvin today. I don't think he's going too far. So some basics for figuring out what size blanket you should buy. I like to use a nice flexible, like a fabric, or a piece of twine would work too. Measuring tape. This, instead of a retractable one, makes a lot of noise, you know, and it's metal and it's kind of crinkly and stuff, so that could be maybe a little frightening for your horse. You can do this by yourself. You don't have to do it with somebody else, but sometimes that helps. You're going to go and just walk it down their body. From the middle of their chest is where I started. I'm going to come up around their buttocks and go to the edge of their tail. So Marvin here, he measures at about a 78. Now, different style blankets have different cuts, and sometimes they have cuts that suit different conformations better. This is a Weatherbeeta that I'm using today. I have it folded in thirds so that when I put this on my horse, instead of going whoosh with a big blanket over my horse, which could be a good desensitizing activity, but you know, if I have a horse I'm not sure about, or I'm not actually training it to put the blanket on and off that way, I'm going to fold it in thirds. It's a little easier to toss over your horse's back that way also. Okay, so then I'm going to fold the back down, and then I'm going to fold the front forward. Okay, this is a turnout blanket. You can see it has a gusset, so the horse can be more mobile in this blanket when they're turned out. It has a higher denier or thread count, so that it's less likely to rip, and it's waterproof and breathable. Now, I always do my blankets when I'm putting them on from front to back, so I'm going to do the chest first. I'm going to check the fit, make sure that I can fit my hand comfortably in by my horse's shoulder. If it's really tight, like for instance here at the point of their shoulder, your blanket is probably too big because the neck is so big that it's sliding backwards off their withers and then putting tension there. So that's something to check. It could also be that the fit or the cut of the blanket is not exactly right for your horse's conformation. Then I'm going to do the belly surcingles, and these cross. I'm going to come underneath here. And I'm going to put them on. Now, why do they cross? They cross to help keep your blanket straight up and down on your horse. So the whole thing is going to be less likely to just roll off of your horse. When I adjust these, I want to be able to fit one hand widthwise underneath the belly surcingles. I don't want them too low because I don't want to risk entanglement. But I also don't want them so tight that they're going to make my horse uncomfortable or they're going to rub them. And then I'm going to do my leg straps. Some people prefer to do the left one on the left side and the right one on the right side. Some people prefer to cross them. I prefer to cross mine. I feel that it helps keep my blanket straighter over their hind end. Some people feel that crossing them is maybe more of an entanglement risk than not crossing them. That's up to personal preference, in my opinion, whichever way you do it. So now we have him all blanketed and he's all ready to be turned out. If we came in and we were going to take this blanket off, I would do the same thing backwards. And I would go ahead and do the leg straps first, and then the belly straps. We have a wide variety of sizes and styles here at the Caillou Shop. The nice thing about going to your local tack store and looking at blankets is that we do allow you to take them home and try them and bring them back. They just have to come back in like new condition. So you can see, is this fit going to fit my horse, and not worry about shipping it back or worrying about whether or not another retailer is going to actually let you bring them back. And then I'm going to fold back, and then I'm going to fold a third, and then I'm going to pull my blanket off. And now he's ready to ride. Okay, I hope that those were some good blanketing tips for you today. If you guys have anything to add in the comments, maybe some other tricks and tips for everybody, that would be great. And we'll see you next week.